Alright, so here we got a new prop shaft and a new prop. And I'm just going to show you how to drop one in this plane real quick. It's had a little bit of love, but it's mostly crashed. I think that's grasshopper poop. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. You use a razor blade. I think an X-Acto knife is pretty good. Here's how you're going to open this dude up. Just take, and you got your little seam right here. You just cut it. There's a sticker. This sticker right here, the first time you open it up, you'll have to cut from here all the way back to here to get this sticker cut. But like this one has already been opened up before because we've gone through 2 prop shafts on it. So we'll just have to cut a little bit, just like that. You also have to cut right here. Then all the way down. And then you would have to cut from here all the way up to here, but we're just going to cut the tape that's already been taped on there. There we go. Oop, tried to break it. I don't think I cut through that tape all the way. Let's cut it again. There we go. All right, we are open. So you could unplug these if you want to. I have no clue how I'd figure out how to hook this servos back up, so we're not going to unplug it. We're just going to try to make this a quick fix, right? Trying to be mean to it. So I'm going to grab a little pair of pliers. If I can find one that'll work. There we go. That's a good size. And if you look on your plane, if you see this right here, this little bit of plastic is going to be left-handed threaded. So you're going to have to spin it backwards of what you would think you would have to spin it. So we're just going to go ahead, grab that piece of plastic lightly. Then we're going to spin it backwards of what you think it would need. And just pull this thing out. There we go. Now, set that little piece of plastic aside. There's going to be a washer in between the bushings in here. It's going to be kind of hard to show you. But it's just staying on there with friction. But here's your prop shaft. You can see it just kind of broke off into the old prop whenever it crashed. I was flying it and it was too windy, could not control it. So I decided to just go ahead and crash it instead of crashing into the people that it was going towards because of how windy it was. So that's how this one got crashed. I've had one good flight with it, but mostly the flights have been just terrible. And it's just because it's windy out. When you go to put your new prop shaft in, put your longer one further forward all the way back. So here's this little washer I was talking about. That is what keeps your friction. Okay. This looks good. Now we'll just poke this in here. And I'm just gonna deform this foam that's been crashed multiple times to get this to push down in there. Next, I'm gonna take my little washer, put that on the edge where those threads are. There we go. Now you can see it on there. And then here is our new plastic nut. We're going to grab that with our little pliers. Then we're just going to spin this backwards of what you think it would be because it's left-handed threads. And the reason it's left-handed threads is because while it's pulling itself through the air, then it'll keep it tight instead of making it loose. So I'm being mean to the tail a little bit. Okay, I'm going to tighten this thing all the way up to where everything's good. I'm going to check it. You want just a little bit of play, is what I think. So that spins freely. If you pull it, see, that's probably too much play. So we're going to tighten this dude a little bit more. Oop, I was doing it backwards. It'll trick you. Them left-handed threads will trick you. Okay. You want it to spin free, but you don't want too much play in there. And then, so there is a little washer in between your plastic nut and your brass bushing. There's a brass washer. So now we'll take our new prop and get that little dude opened up. Scissors aren't working all that great. I'm going to turn on my hot glue gun. You probably don't need to put this cap on here. And if there's a specific glue for it, like, somebody let me know. Because I don't know what type of glue you use, but we're just going to use hot glue. We're going to be waiting here. Your words should always face forward. So if this was mounted on the back of your plane, words facing forward. Front of the plane, words facing forward. That's how you know which way your prop goes. It's probably hard to see in the video, but there are words on here, so this is forward. If you were to put it on there the other way, you'd probably get some weird vibrations. But we'll just go ahead and put it on here. Words facing forward. There we go. Got it started, and then it wanted to cross thread on there. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this on here some. Being a little bit mean to it. There we go. That looked like it's on there good enough. Give it a little bit of spin. Now, I don't know if you can notice it or not, but see how it's sitting crooked? It's fine. Don't even worry about it if it's sitting crooked. A lot of little RC planes will actually purposefully mount their motors crooked just to help it fly through the air better. I don't know if this one's designed for that because I've only ever seen it broke, I guess. But I know for a fact that if you fly it with it crooked, it's fine. This thing flies just fine like that. Now put this thing back together. We're just going to grab a little bit of tape. You really don't need to overdo this tape, especially since you're probably going to crash it and open it back up if you're new. Which this is actually not even my plane. This is my little brother's plane. But since I crashed it and I broke it, I got to fix it. Ooh. And our little battery deal was not really in there all that great. There we go. Let's get this out of here. Alright. If this was my plane, I would change the battery connector on it to a better battery setup. So like I have an FPV drone and I probably have like 20 2S batteries. Just teeny tiny little 2S. I have a bunch of little 1S batteries. I would probably just change it to that and then just be done with it, because like you only got one of those batteries. It's a specialty charger for it. I'm just not a big fan of them. Also, at the hobby shop, these little batteries are $30 a piece. But like you could go on Amazon and get this same size batteries just for a regular old drone, and you could get them for just a few dollars each. I mean, they're cheap. We got one little piece of tape, and we're put together. There we go. Now we're all taped up. Our hot glue gun is Working? So, I'm just going to take the smallest little dab, like just a little bit. You don't want to add too much weight. There we go. That's about a droplet. Ooh, brownie points. You got brownie points everywhere. That's what you call these little strings right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put this on. That should be good. That little thing isn't going to protect your motor, like this little bit of rubber. It's just kind of to help airflow, I guess, or just to make it look better, because it doesn't need it on there to fly. Give a little spin, make sure we're kind of ish straight. That's probably good enough. So to turn this thing on, we're going to first turn on our controller, and then we're going to plug in our battery. This thing has a gyro in it. It needs to set for 5 seconds in order to turn on. If it is windy out, it won't bind. So here it's moving around. It can sense all of this right here. So if it's windy out, when it's doing this, that is enough that it will not bind. It needs to set perfectly still. If it's windy out and you want to fly, you could hold your fingers on here like this to just try to get it to not do it. See how it went? That's how you know that it went. You probably should have this all the way down if you're turning it on first, but like it's fine. It didn't care that it was. You can hear those little gyros in there working, which is what makes it so easy to fly. But it looks like all of our surfaces are working, and it looks like we're working just fine. We do have this little bit is coming off. Maybe we'll just toss a little piece of tape over that. Just a little bit. I really need to not fly this plane because I'm probably going to break it again, and I really am getting tired of fixing it. That looks good to me. That's how you do it. Now got a fresh install on there. Plane's working. Good to go. All right.